be looking into WAEC-25 physics practical prep. So physics practical is into 3 categories, which the first one is mechanism, the second one is optics, or you call it light, and the third one is electricity. So students will be asked to select 2 out of what? Out of the 3. So whereby anything you select, then it's going to give you 50 marks in total. And then one of them is 25, another one is also 25. So in question 1 is always mechanism, question 2 is always optics or light, while question 3 is always electricity. So I usually advise students that they should always select question 1 and 3 out of the question 1 and 3 out of the 2 questions. Out of the 2 questions they have to select. So take question 1 and question 3, that's the best. But if you know you are very good in optics, that is light, using mirror or using mirror or triangular prism, so you can actually go for that one too. I usually tell students to select question 1 and question 2 because of question 1 and question 3, because in question 2 you'll be asked to submit your worksheet, I mean your practical sheet, the sheet you use to perform your practical. So that is about question 1 and question 3 does not require that, just your table of value then with your graph and some other questions below it. So now let's go to question 1. Question 1 is mechanisms, like I've said earlier, and these are the specimen WAEC instructed the teachers or schools to provide. So the first one is 3 retort stand with clamp, and the second one is G clamp, third one is a spiral spring, the fourth one is 200 centimeter ruler, then the next one is 100-gram mass label hem, the next one is 2 pieces of thread with loop, stopwatch, an optical pin, and cell tape. So these are what you're going to be provided with. So you'll be given this on the day of your physics practical for those who want to answer question number 1. So in this video, I will not perform the experiment here. I won't show you the experiment procedure, but I will give you deep explanation, the table I got when I was performing the experiment, with how to plot the graph and answer some other questions. And you actually know me that I usually come up with some predicted questions, whereby those my questions, they are always authentic, and you actually help you with whatever you are reading in your exam, combining with my predicted question here, everything will help you. So watch this video to the end, give us a like, thumb, and share this video. Now look at this diagram on the board. We are still on question number 1. This diagram on the board is for WAEC 2009 physics practical. So if you have this physics practical 2009, your past question with you. So take it out and let's do this together. That is my first predicted question for you. So after this first one, then I still have another one. This one is not a past question, it's just my own personal predicted past question. Predicted question for you as well. Now let me read this 2009 question for you. So for those that have it with you, you can just take it out and let's follow what they asked us to do, because 2009 practical is very similar with the specimen for the question number 1 for year 2009. So let's do it together, at least to enlighten you more on it. And well, for the second one, that one is not a past question, like I've said earlier. It's just my own personal predicted question that I'm going to show you as well. So if you can study the both together, at least with whatever you have been reading so far, the both of them will definitely help you in your exam. So reading it very fast. The question says that you are provided with 2-meter rule and other necessary apparatus. Place one of the ruler on a knife edge and determine its center of what? Gravity. That's C. Mark this position with a piece of chalk. Then read and record the mass MR of the meter ruler written on the reverse side of it. Attach the mass M, that is mass, which is equal to 100 grams, firmly to the ruler A, B, and C using cell tape. Suspend the meter rule by 2 parallel threads of length H, whereby H is 40 meter. That's the length of the thread. Each at the 10 centimeter. Each at the 10 centimeter and 9 centimeter marked. As you can see, what we are reading now is illustrated in that sketch. So this in that question, in that 2009 question, you are going to see something like this diagram there. So this diagram means that this is how your setup This is how your setup supposed to look like. When you set up the apparatus or the instrument, so this is how it's going to look like. 10 centimeter and 9 centimeter mark. Ensure that the graduated face of the metal rule is facing upward. Now the next one says set the ruler AB into a small angular oscillation about the vertical axis through its center of gravity. Then the next question says that determine the time t for 20 complete oscillation. Please take note of that. Evaluate the period t, that is small letter t, period t, and t square. Read and record the value of d in meter. Keeping the constant throughout the experiment, repeat the procedure for that value of what age is 50, 60, 70, and 80 centimeter. In each case, determine the corresponding value of t, that is small letter t, small letter t, t square, that's capital letter T, and t itself. Then tabulate your reading. So after that, you are now asked to plot a graph of t square on the vertical axis and age on the horizontal axis. So then the last question, second to the last question says that you should determine the slope S of the graph. Then after determining your slope, use your answer to evaluate K. Whereby K is equals to what? S over Q. You now said where A equals to 2 over 2SD square. So that was what is in the question. Then the last question now says state 2 precautions taken to ensure accurate results. So now these are the heights. Now look at this table. The H represents the height in centimeter. That's the D. Now the T for the oscillation in the from the stopwatch. So after the experiment I carried out, then I was able to get that T should be what 28 seconds or 0.0. Then for this one I got 29.0, this one 31.0, this one 34.0 seconds. That's the time from the stopwatch. Why this one 37.0. Now look at this physics practical. Physics practical is just like a trend, whereby when this one is increasing, when this height is increasing, then what happens to the time? It will also be increasing. Capital letter T, it simply means that we should find this T divided by what? Divided by 20. So when you divide this thing with your calculator, you are going to get 1.40, 1.45. This over 20, that gives us 1.55. This over 20, that will give us 1.70. And this over 20, that will give us 1.85. That's how we got. So everything there in what seconds. If you find the square of these guys, of this capital letter T, that's going to be 4. 1.0 times 1.0, that will 1.40 square. That will give us 1.96. Then the square of this is going to be 2.10. And also the square of 1.55 will give us 2.40. The same thing with the square of 1.70 is actually going to give us 2.89. And the square of 1.85 will give us 3.42. In that your question, you will see they wrote X. That X means 10, like 10 instruction for you to follow. So that one says that you should now plot a graph of t square. That means plot these values against on the vertical axis. This value is going to be on the vertical axis. And vertical axis means what? A straight line like this is the vertical axis. So and then age on the horizontal axis. This value 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 in centimeter on the horizontal axis. Horizontal axis is like this. So that is what we are asked to do next. Then after that, you will now determine, you plot the graph. So after that, you are going to determine the slope. Then from your slope, you now find the value of K. So now this is my Cartesian plane. And then now I want to plot the graph. Although this is not a standard graph board. So we all know that. So now let me show you something on the graph sheet. Now look at this graph sheet now. If you should count how many lines are here, this will be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. As you can see it here now. So as you can see this ruler, you can see that this is in centimeter, 1 centimeter, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So let me place this ruler on this graph sheet. So as I place it on this graph sheet, you can see one line is giving me how many centimeter? That is 1. From this graph sheet, you can see it now. So meaning that one line is giving me 1 centimeter, 2 is giving me 2 centimeter, 3 lines giving me 3 centimeter. As you can see from here, let me show you again. One line is giving me how many centimeter? 1 centimeter. And 2 is giving me 2 centimeter. The third one is giving me 3 centimeter from this measurement till the end. So 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Remember that our age is just 5, 40, 50, 70, 80. But I only included that 90 there, just as if there's any space left. So let this 40 be on 2 centimeter. Let that 40 be on 2 centimeter. I mean 2 lines from the graph I show you with that ruler right now. So let that 40 be on 2 centimeter. That will be the best, because your graph sheet must cover at least 3/4. I mean your graph rather must cover 3/4 of your graph workbook or graph sheet. So that's the principle why plotting graph. And also, when I say 3/4, what I mean by that, I mean that if you cut an orange into 4 pieces, then you have to pack 3 out of the 4. That's just a good example. So now let me now write the scale there on the x-axis. So the scale is now 2 centimeter represents 10 units for the what? For the x-axis. Okay, it's not compulsory for you to start from 0 here and start starting with 0, 10, 20. No, you can just start with 40 here, but let your consistent interval be what you need, and that is 10 units. Before I move to the explanation of the y-axis, let me explain something to you first. Remember to label your graph, which is 8 centimeter. That's what we are asked to put there, and then your t square centimeter square. That labeling is very important. Those are what they mark in graph together with your scale. So they're carrying your experiment in the lab during your exam. So, and then you are not getting it right for the first 45 minutes. So it's allowed for you to call your teacher for he or she to guide you through. I mean, when you're trying to set up the diagram I drew earlier, which I just cleaned up quite long. So, and you're not getting the diagram very well, the setup very well. So it's allowed for you to call your teacher. So the y-axis now, take the y-axis short should also be 2 centimeter representing a 0.5 unit. So that is the best case. And let's go to the plotting. So the first plotting we have here is 40 under 1.96. So 40 under 1.96 will be what? You are going to trace it very well. 1.96 will be spotted around this particular place. So the second one is what? 50 under 2.10. 50 under 2.10 will be spotted here. Please trace it very well. 2.10. 2.10 will be around this place. Please just take this thing as an example. And then the next one is 60 under 2.40. 60 under 2.40. 2.40 will be around here. And then 70 under 2.89 will be around. That is it. 70 will be under 2.89. So that's it. And the last one, 80 will be under 3.42. So that's it. So that's in the 3 line of best fit. Now let me just take this line of best fit here. But you know, I'm not drawing my own on a proper scale. But how it's supposed to be is this. So taking the 3 line of best fit. So I've taken it there. Good. But in a normal standard graph, I didn't plotted this in a standard graph. This is how it's supposed to be. After taking your 3 line of best fit, this remaining 2, one of the principle there is that one should be around here and the other one should be around here. I mean, one should be below, the one should be above. So that is how it's supposed to be if you draw this thing on a good graph. So after this, now let's now find the slope. So finding the slope, this is how the slope used to be. You can take your slope from either the way I took my own, or you can change it in another way around by taking it with what the first one where I wrote x to y2 together with this one here. You can take your slope like that from there to that place too. or you do it the way I did my own. So you have to label your slope the way I labeled my own. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. This one down here is 1, 1. The up one here is 2, 2. So take your slope like that. And also, but you know, this curve, this graph is a physics graph. It's not a mathematics graph. So in this physics graph, we don't use to write X and Y. What are we writing? The name of that graph. That's what we are writing, which is what? H and what? T square. So I have to write H1 T square 1 and H2 T square 2. So the meaning of slope, which simply means gradient. So formula for slope, or you call it gradient, is what? S equals to y2 minus y1 over what? X2 minus x1. But remember that we are not using y and we are not using x. So you're going to write change in, what is our y? T square. As you can see, y is t square. So we will just say change in t square, change in t square all over what? Change in what? Age, change in age. That's all. So change in t square all over change in what? Change in age. So for we to now look for the t2 minus t1. So for we to look for t2 minus t1, remember that this one is going to be t square 2 minus t square 1 all over age, this one now, x, h2 minus h1. So that is how that one is going to look like. Now, what is our t2, like t squared 2 now? Let me identify it from this graph. So now for the t2 square, that's the upper one. So that one is 3.42 minus our t1, which is this one that is here now. This one is 2.40 all over. Now let me also spot our age as well. So now the h2 minus the h1, the h2, that's from that h2 we have there, and that is 80 minus, so the h1, that's what, the 60 here. So now we can now do the arithmetic. So now it's now going to be 0.051 after you subtract 3.42 minus 2.40 all over what? 80 minus 60. That will give us 0.051. So that will be equals to 0.051. Now, after getting your slope, ensure to write the unit of your slope. So unit of your slope is going to be, this slope is like t square over h. So t square is second square all over what? H is what? Centimeter. So that will now be second square all over centimeter. So that is second square all over centimeter. So from there now we have gotten our slope. So with this slope now you can easily calculate any other questions attached to it, and you have to state your precaution and any other thing. Now look at this graph. This is just like a rough sketch, like a guideline for you to follow when you are plotting your own real graph. Let me now move to another predicted question I have for you. This one is for me personally. So I'll be doing that on a graph sheet now. So follow this video and then ensure to watch this video to the end. So if this video is going to end here actually, so for my own predicted question, tag the video as part B. So if you want the part B video, which is my own predicted question for this question number 1 physics WAEC 25 practical, to comment under the comment section that you want the part B of this video. Thank you so much.